Hey everyone, what is good? Welcome back to the channel. This is Silver Hyena, and what I'm doing in today's video is, as the title says, turning some junk I had lying around into art. Now, the once sad and dull piece of cardboard that I'm using as my canvas was actually the back of an old drawing pad that, for some reason, I had just kept around. Well, I guess that's a good thing. Otherwise, we wouldn't have this video now, would we? Now, cardboard, it wasn't exactly designed to be drawn on, but I did it anyways. And I do apologize for that dreadful glare from the pencil lines. It was very reflective in my stage lights. But of course, I'm pretty sure that you all have figured that out by now, huh? Yeah, pencil on cardboard, it was just really reflective. I'm honestly not sure why, but it is. There were times that I was actually having a really hard time seeing what I was doing. And of course, leave it to me to do an intricate illustration with 3 separate figures, detailed tree branches, and lots of flowers. This piece was also drawn on an 11 by 14 size. Not my usual preferred size. If you've been watching me for a while now, you'll know that I actually prefer working with smaller sizes. But hey, I guess I could say that I'm branching out with this one. Oh, come on now, that's hilarious. Ha, ha, ha. Now, once I was finished with the line art, it was time to pick out the colors. One thing you gotta remember when coloring on a toned surface, like cardboard for example, is that your toned canvas will change the colors of your inks. So keep that in mind while you work. I wanted to utilize some of the art supplies that I'd been neglecting as of late, such as my Cra-Z-Art Colorsharp markers, which are really just Sharpie knockoffs. And I also used these really cheap felt tip markers by the brand Sargent. While those markers usually tear up the paper, I didn't have that issue on the cardboard. But on paper, oh my gosh, they leave like those little particles all over the place. Oh, it drives me bonkers. This was not meant to be a serious piece by any means. Perhaps more of a slightly intense casual thing? Is that possible? Well, I made it possible. I just wanted to play around with some supplies that I rarely ever use. Plus, this is the first time I've done a full and complete drawing on cardboard. I'm not counting the doodles I might have done on and off when I was a kid. I really enjoyed designing these little guys. Don't they look like they'd make delightful little companions? Little colorful dragons, roughly the size of cats, I'd like to think. Post below, would you like a tiny dragon that can just sit on your shoulder? I'd like to know. I know I wouldn't mind one. Heck, I'd take all 3. So, my overall thoughts on using cardboard for a canvas. Would I recommend it? I'd say if it's all you got at the time, then go for it. Just bear in mind that typically cardboard isn't meant to be archival. There are many other surfaces that I'd suggest before generic cardboard, such as Bristol, for example. However, if you're like me and just want to see if you can, then by all means, go ham and have fun. There is something to be said about turning a simple piece of junk into something beautiful. Perhaps it could even be considered recycling. Originally, something like this would have just been chucked into the recycling bin. Honestly, I don't know why I held on to that busted drawing pad back in the first place, but I did, and look at it now. This was an interesting and fun experiment to work on. I enjoyed the process, and I'm quite pleased with how it turned out. Post below, have you ever just drawn or painted on something that you had conveniently lying around? If so, I'd love to hear what you guys have to say. Well, that's all the time we have for today's video. Please be sure to gently tap that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Seriously, right now that is the #1 thing you can do to help this channel grow. I appreciate the support from each and every one of you lovely viewers. Also, be sure to follow me on my Instagram at SilverHyenaArt. I'd love to see you guys over there. So with that being said, this is Silver Hyena, signing off. Please recycle and stay creative. Bye!